Hello and welcome to the audio newsletter for the 19th of July 2023, presented by myself, Kim, and Sarah.
This newsletter had a message from the chair, Paul Fellows. In it, he reminded drivers of the importance of reporting potholes and dangerous road conditions to the relevant state authorities. For New South Wales, call 131 700, in Victoria 13 11 70, and Queensland 131 940. It's not too much bother if it can save a life.
Last year's devastating floods will contribute to a big rise in general insurance premiums, according to industry observers. The latest quarterly update on the insurance sector by KPMG points to a rise by at least 10% in the next 12 months and possibly more for small businesses.
NatRoad recommends members factor the rise into cash flow projections and shop around with help from a broker. Price may not be the best determinant. NatRoad Platinum Partner NTI provides additional insurance cover benefits to NatRoad members and recommends members seek advice from a trusted insurance advisor.
Managing a business places huge demands on your time, and MyAmpol is here to help. With MyAmpol, you can have quick and convenient access 24/7 to essential information and account handling features.
Stay in control with the wide range of reports available 24/7 with MyAmpol. Here's just a few examples of useful reports that you can run to help keep you on top and in control of your on-road expenses.
You can get an account dashboard snapshot with a year-to-date view of all card activity, card controls, monthly fuel, monthly non-fuel sales, and more. Fuel pay usage, monitor individual cardholders' use of fuel pay via the Ampol app. Non-fuel spend exception reports, monitor transactions for a selected cardholder for non-fuel transactions. Emissions reporting, a detailed or summary report is available that lists fuel purchases and resulting estimated CO2 emissions by vehicle.
On top of this, you can also double check how much you saved on fuel with a report. Simply log into MyAmpol and navigate to Reports. Click on Run My Reports. Under the list of reports available to run, select Account Transaction Detail Report. The report has the flexibility to run within a specified date range. Within the report, the pump price column displays the price at the pump on the transaction day, while the unit price column reflects the price after applying fuel discounts. By calculating the difference between these two columns, you can determine the total discount received during each transaction.
If you need further assistance in accessing or navigating the site, please give the customer service team a call on 1300 662 669.
Just a reminder for employers that you must have incorporated the Fair Work Commission's 5.75% increase to minimum wages in modern awards by now. The increase came into effect on 1 July 2023. The national minimum wage has been raised to $23.23 per hour, or $882.80 per week, representing an increase from the previous rate of $21.38 per hour.
Employers have a responsibility to ensure that all employees are paid correctly in accordance with the relevant award. NatRoad recommends that employers who already pay above the current award rate take the time to review the updated wages included in the announcement to ensure compliance. It's the best way to avoid a risk of underpayment.
The federal government's $140 million heavy vehicle rest stop construction and upgrade program has been open for submissions from state, territory, and local governments, but input is also being invited from the road transport industry operators under a separate program. Drivers and interested road users who want to comment about the location and condition of existing rest areas or suggest where additional rest areas may be required can have their say with the link in your newsletter.
This consultation is part of the Heavy Vehicle Safety and Productivity Program, HVSPP, an ongoing Australian government initiative providing up to $65 million per year for infrastructure projects that improve the productivity and safety outcomes of heavy vehicle operations across Australia.
Members who are employers should take note of a recent ruling by the full court of the Federal Court of Australia, which has narrowed the scope of not being obliged to provide redundancy pay. A labour hire company lost a long-standing contract with an aged care provider after almost 20 years and subsequently dismissed 31 employees, some of whom had been at the aged care facility for up to 13 years.
In a case brought before the South Australian Employment Tribunal by the Employees Union, the labour hire firm relied on the customary turnover of labour of the Fair Work Act 2009. The tribunal accepted that the jobs were not of a permanent or ongoing nature. On appeal, however, the union submitted to the full federal court that the employees' jobs were of a permanent or ongoing nature.
The court awarded redundancy pay after finding the employer had failed to inform employees that the contract with the aged care facility might be terminated and that working for a labour hire firm was irrelevant. This ruling has implications for members engaged in long-term labour hire. When employees are dismissed due to redundancy, employers must ensure if the nature of their employment was fundamentally ongoing or permanent. Factors like an absence of fixed-term contracts, length of service, employees' awareness of the impending end of their jobs or perception of their roles as permanent, and the employer's failure to provide prior notice of potential termination of employment all need to be considered.
Just a reminder that the NatRoad conference early bird registrations will be closing at the end of July. So get in quick in order to avoid missing out on these great prices for a not to be missed event. Come along, have your say, network and kick up your feet. Head to natroad.com.au's conference page available in the events menu for more information.
As always, if you have questions or want more information on items discussed today, please do not hesitate to contact us on 1-800-272-144 or email info@natroad.com.au. We'd like to thank NatRoad Platinum Partner NTI for sponsoring this newsletter.